Welcome to the Risk Wheelhouse, the podcast where we navigate the ever-changing seas of risk management and technology. Join your hosts, Ori Wellington and Sam Jones, as they steer you through the latest trends, insights, and strategies shaping the future of integrated risk management. Ready to chart a course towards success? Hop aboard and let's set sail into today's deep dive.
Ever feel like you're driving along, following all the rules, and suddenly, bam, you're hit with this total curveball? Kind of like what the Department of Justice's updated guidance on corporate compliance feels like right now for businesses. It's their playbook, right? Revised for 2024 so everyone knows the rules of the game. And let me tell you, they're not messing around this time. But luckily, we've got an expert to help break it all down. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's definitely got people talking.
So for our listener, someone who maybe doesn't obsess over compliance, why is this update such a big deal? Give us the need to know.
Well, the DOJ is basically saying, look, just having a compliance program, that's not going to cut it anymore. It's got to be more than checking boxes. They want to see companies actually, prove that these programs are working.
It's like no more fake it till you make it with ethics, right?
Exactly. Yeah. The DOJ is looking for real deal commitment to genuinely doing things the right way.
And to make sure everyone's clear on what that means, they've laid out these three big questions that prosecutors are going to be asking about a company's compliance program. Almost like ready for a pop quiz.
Hit me.
All right, question one. Is the compliance program well designed? And I don't mean did they run it through spell check and print it on nice paper?
Right. It's got to be more than just a document. The DOJ wants to see that a company really gets the specific risks they face, based on their industry, their size, if they're global. It's about tailored solutions, not just a one-size-fits-all.
So a bank's compliance program is going to look very different from, a tech startup's.
Yeah, exactly. The DOJ expects you to know where things could go wrong in your world and have a plan to deal with it.
Makes sense. Okay, so you've got a solid plan, but how do we know they're actually using it? That's question two.
You got it. Is this thing actually being implemented? And not just for show. The DOJ wants to see that the compliance team has the resources, they've got authority, they can get to the data they need, basically, that they can do their jobs.
So no more shoving the compliance officer in a windowless office and hoping for the best.
Not if you want to stay in the DOJ's good graces.
Yeah.
They're looking for a real top-down commitment, where everyone gets that ethics is on them.
Which brings us to the big one, the question that really matters at the end of the day. Question 3, does the compliance program actually work? It's one thing to talk the talk, but how do you measure something like, ethical behavior?
That's the challenge, right? But the DOJ, it's clear, you got to show your work. It's not enough to track how many people finish the online training.
Yeah.
You need data that shows this program is actually doing something, that it's lowering risk, stopping bad behavior before it happens. It's like you wouldn't get in your car and just assume the brakes work right.
Yeah.
You'd want them tested, checked out, and know they'll actually stop you when you need them to. That's kind of what the DOJ is getting at, proof those compliance brakes are up to snuff.
Yeah, and I bet data plays a big part in that whole proving it thing. Can't just say, trust us, it's fine.
Nope. Data is key. Analytics are how you monitor if the program's doing what it's supposed to, spot trends, figure out where you need to improve. It's using info to make things more ethical all the time, not just at the start.
It's not set it and forget it then, more like always adapting. Which makes sense, especially with how fast everything's changing these days. Speaking of, even the DOJ is talking AI now, which feels kind of huge.
It is huge. AI is everywhere in business, so the DOJ is right to focus on it, through this compliance lens.
And they're specific about how companies are expected to handle AI, right? It's not like, don't let the robots go Skynet, is it?
Right. It's bigger than that. It's realizing AI has its own risks, its own quirks. The DOJ wants to see companies on top of that, managing it proactively, not waiting for something to blow up.
Okay, so what's that look like? How do you prove to the DOJ you're taking AI seriously, compliance-wise?
So their guidance has 3 main points. First up, assessing risks. You got to think about how AI could actually cause compliance problems, even by accident.
Like that whole, garbage in, garbage out. Train AI on bad data, it's going to make bad choices.
Exactly. Or so you've got an AI marketing tool, right? Picking who to target. You better be sure that thing isn't accidentally discriminating. Otherwise, hello, consumer protection lawsuits.
Yikes. Okay, risk assessment, check. What's next?
You spot the potential issues, then it's putting up guardrails. Making sure the AI stays in its lane, doing things legally and ethically.
So not just let the AI do its thing, we're all about innovation. There's got to be oversight. Someone's accountable.
100%. You have to be able to monitor that AI, audit its decisions, step in when needed. Maybe a human checks it. Maybe you build in ethical rules or a combo. Point is, you're not blindly trusting the tech.
Which, to be honest, is tempting sometimes. Tech's always advertised as the solution to everything, even human screw-ups.
Sure, but humans are still the ones building this AI, using it. That's why the DOJ's third point matters so much.
Training.
Right, because even the best AI in the world, if your people don't know how to use it, don't get the consequences.
Yeah.
Trouble. Exactly. Training is how you ensure everyone, from the coders to the salespeople, they know the ethical guidelines, the legal stuff, their own role in not messing it up.
So it's all connected. You need the systems, but also a culture where people care about ethics and they feel safe to speak up if something's off. Which actually, speaking of speaking up, the DOJ had a lot to say about whistleblowers in this update, right? Seems like they're really emphasizing how important that is.
Are you ready to see risk management in action? At Wheelhouse Advisors, we've launched a new YouTube channel dedicated to integrated risk management. You'll find quick explainers, insights from our IRM Navigator research reports, highlights from the Risk Journal, and conversations from the Risk Wheelhouse podcast. We're covering the topics that matter most to executives and risk leaders, from AI governance and cyber insurance to operational resilience and regulatory change. Every video is designed to help you anticipate risks, adapt with confidence, and build resilience in a digital-first world. In our first video, we explain how ISO 42001, the EU AI Act, and the NIST AI Risk Management Framework can work together as a unified playbook for AI risk. Subscribe today at youtube.com/@wheelhouseadv and get the latest insights delivered directly to you. That's youtube.com/@wheelhouseadv. Subscribe now and stay ahead of the risks that matter most.
Big time. The DOJ is basically saying we will not tolerate retaliation. They're even looking at how a company treats whistleblowers when deciding if they'll prosecute a case.
Whoa. That sends a strong message. It's not just about catching bad guys, but encouraging a speak-up environment from the get-go.
Absolutely. They're saying whistleblowers are crucial to keeping companies honest, because often the people who know what's really going on are the ones on the inside.
Makes sense. They see how the sausage is made or, well, how it goes wrong. But it takes guts to be a whistleblower. You risk your job, reputation, all that.
For sure. And that's why the DOJ is giving them more protection, encouraging companies to make it safe for them.
It's about building trust, right? So employees know if they say something, it'll be taken seriously. They won't be punished.
Exactly. You want a culture where doing the right thing's rewarded, even when it's hard. Which actually, that leads to what might be the biggest idea in this whole DOJ update, integrated risk management.
Okay. Gotta admit, when I first saw that term, my eyes kind of glazed over. Sounds very business school, not something most folks chat about. What's it all about, really?
Sure. Basically, integrated risk management, or IRM, it means moving past that old way of doing risk, where everyone's in their own little silo.
Silo, like each department's just handling their own thing, no communication.
That's it. The old way, legal's over here, finance is over there, nobody's talking about the big picture. But nowadays, risks are all connected. Something small in one place can snowball into a huge mess somewhere else.
Okay, so IRM fixes that how?
By connecting those dots. You see how risks are related, then you make one big strategy to handle them all. No more silos, everyone's working together.
So instead of like legal, finance, HR all doing their own little risk thing, IRM's like, come on in, everyone, let's have a chat.
Yeah. It's about everyone being on the same page about risk, what could go wrong, how it's all connected, and what their part is in preventing that.
Which circles back to the DOJ, right? It's not like they're just, hey, IRM's a nice idea. They're practically begging companies to get on board.
It's true. They straight up say IRM is the best practice for good compliance, because it's the strongest way to handle how complex risk is these days for companies.
And it makes sense when you think back to those big questions, right? The whole user program designed right. Is it actually happening? Is it working? IRM helps answer all of those.
Totally. Big picture view of risk means your compliance program is going to be better, you can prove you're serious about ethics, and you've got the data to back it up, which is what the DOJ wants.
It's like, IRM is how you prove you're not just saying the right words, you're actually living it when it comes to compliance.
It's making that culture of we think about risk, we make ethical choices, part of how the whole company operates,
Okay, so for our listener who's thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I actually do it in my company? Where do they even start?
That's the million-dollar question. It can feel overwhelming,
Mm-hmm.
but honestly, first thing is just admitting the old way of handling risk. It's not cutting it anymore. You've got to be more integrated. Think ahead and use that data.
And there's help out there, right? It's not like the DOJ expects everyone to just figure this out on their own.
Oh, for sure. Lots of consultants, industry groups, even the DOJ themselves have resources on how to do IRM right. Do your research, see what frameworks are out there, find what works for you.
So big picture, if we had to sum up this whole DOJ update, what's the takeaway?
They're serious. Compliance isn't a suggestion anymore. It's gotta happen. The standard for ethical behavior, it's higher now. No more going through the motions, hoping for the best. You got to be proactive, prove you're doing it, and IRM. That's how you do it.
It's like you're not just following the rules, you're helping make the rules, at least when it comes to ethics. And maybe, just maybe, that makes the world a slightly better place.
That's the goal, right? Holding businesses accountable. So we've got more integrity, more transparency. It's better for everyone that way.
Absolutely. And on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive for today. Listener, hope this got you thinking, maybe even inspired you to ask some tough questions in your own workplace.
Remember, the more you know about this stuff, the better you can handle it all. Make ethical choices that are good for everybody.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Until next time, keep learning, keep asking, and keep diving deep.
That wraps up another episode of the Risk Wheelhouse. Thank you for spending time with us at Wheelhouse Advisors today. We hope you found the conversation insightful and actionable for your organization's risk strategies. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Amazon Music. If you're looking for more in-depth analysis and thought leadership on risk technology, be sure to visit the Risk Tech Journal at therisktechjournal.com. It's your go-to source for comprehensive articles, expert interviews, and the latest trends shaping the industry. Subscribe today to stay informed. For any inquiries or feedback, please contact us directly at info@wheelhouseadvisors.com or feel free to connect with us on LinkedIn and x.com and share your thoughts or suggestions for future topics. Visit wheelhouseadvisors.com for more information and resources. Thanks again for joining us. Until next time, navigate wisely.